We have arrived at Ohiopyle. Our goal today is starting at Ohiopyle and going to Confluence and coming back to Ohiopyle. We hope to visit a gift shop too before we head. Then we'll be going back home. We've been to Ohiopyle quite a few times. Okay, we started our trail here in Ohiopyle. We have 11 miles one direction to Confluence, and we're starting at 11 a.m. Okay, here we go. This storyboard is talking about clean water. The Youghiogheny River is alive again. The clean water that now flows along its channel nourishes microorganisms, plants, and insects. Food for the rivers, frogs, turtles, snakes, and fish. Raccoons, muskrats, and river otters find plenty to eat here. Egrets and herons wade watchfully, then stab into shallow water to spear a minnow. Of course humans come here too. Anglers tell stories of trout that they've landed nearby. The river is a pleasant companion for hikers and bikers, a playful and sometimes rowdy partner for boaters. Perhaps the deadly days of industrial pollution are gone forever, when acidic water from coal mines stored the water and killed wildlife, when tanneries turned the river brown and raw sewage made the water undrinkable. Smaller waterfall here. Now I don't see it. Ohiopyle is the land of mountain laurel. You see it everywhere here. Another storyboard. This one talks about pioneers. Just read their names: Mitchell, Thorpe, Askins, Stewart, Potter, Leonard, Williams, Hall, Morrison, Briner, Neiman, Bruner, Strait, and Stahl. Early settlers to this region were Scots, Irish, and German. They harvested maple syrup. They grew rye and distilled it into whiskey. A few operated grist and sawmills, even an iron furnace. Until the end of the 19th century, small, nearly self-sufficient farmsteads, sometimes log cabins, dotted this landscape along the trail, looking for traces of this rugged pioneering lifestyle. Perhaps a low fieldstone wall or an aged apple orchard.
That's the wall right there.
There's the wall.
It's right here.
Today Dave's wearing his Gap bike shirt, because today we finished the Gap Trail. 11 miles one direction and back, and we have completed the Gap Trail, which we're excited about.
Round trip.
What do you mean round trip? From one side to the other.
And back.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh to Cumberland, Maryland, and back to Pittsburgh. We did a lot of it in the last 8 or 9 months, but then we've been riding bikes for over 10 years, and we put 2,000 miles on our regular bikes, and our e-bikes probably have 600 miles on them now. So over those last years, we've completed the Gap Trail. But we did most of the Gap Trail in the last with our e-bikes. Some of these trails were just too far to go. On a regular bike, we couldn't get very far because we were tired. Whoop. 1968 is when my sister was born. I was 4 years younger than me. But we lost her a couple years ago because she developed Lou Gehrig's disease and she passed. She made it to age 53. So as we passed 68, you think of that. It's really nice. railroading. That's pretty much why we have bike trails. Railroads changed life along the Youghiogheny River. The rail lines that hug the shoreline made it possible to ship natural materials like cool timber and wood products to market. Otter reintroduction. It's a very good sign. River otters reintroduced into the Youghiogheny River in 1992 with the life support of the Wild Resource Conservator Fund are doing well. That means that the quality of the river's water again supports the food chain upon which the otters depend. This pilot reintroduction project proceeded in stages. First, industrial toxins and mine drainage entering the river had to be controlled. Only after the water quality had improved and the river again teemed with fish, snakes, worms, insects, and plants could the Pennsylvania Game Commission begin to reintroduce the otter to its former home after an absence of 75 years. If you see an otter, consider yourself lucky. Otters venture from their dens during daylight. Only occasionally they have acute hearing and an excellent sense of smell. Built for the water, they can stay submerged for up to 4 minutes and swim 1/4 mile before surfacing. Yikes. That's cool, I guess. Where?
Right between the two trees and things. Then it's going to go between the big trees.
Oh, they can get that. Yeah, there's a duck going through there. I think there's two. There's something else in there besides that. What is that? Another bird of some sort. There's something swimming in there. What's swimming beside the duck? This trail is mostly green and woodsy. There's not a whole lot, so gotta stop and read the signs to read about the history, I guess. I didn't know that. Okay, this is about as good as I'm getting to the edge. Ready? My birth year is 1964. I was born in September. So why is 1962 important for you?
That's the year I was born and conceived.
What month?
November.
Yep. And he gets to come all the way down. He came down the mountain to get to this one. That was a big ride down the hill to get to his 1962. Alright, we have about a mile left before we get to Confluence. We're into Confluence now. Got a cool painting. Kind of hard to get that in a picture. Cool, pretty. More on that one. We made it to the highway, where there's actually cars. It's pretty though, going into Confluence. We made it 11 miles to Confluence. Welcome to historic Confluence. Got the Confluence pool here. Really pretty bridge to go across. Here's the view from the bridge that we just came across. So it took us about an hour and a half. We started around 11 and it's about 12:30 to get from Ohiopyle to Confluence. 11 miles one way. Pretty over here. Okay, we made it back to the parking lot in Confluence that we parked yesterday to do the Confluence to Markleton trail. Only this time our car's not here because we're parked at Ohiopyle. But hey, there's a place to use a restroom here, so we came back here to use the restroom, eat a snack, and head back to Ohiopyle. We have 10.74 miles to get back. It's not even exactly 11. Cool. So Dave is telling me that the Gap Trail is 150 miles one direction from Cumberland, Maryland to Pittsburgh. And we've gone round trip. Technically, we've already completed it by coming here one way because we only had 3 miles that we didn't do to get to Confluence. We had done the first 8 or 9 already from Ohiopyle before. But going back the next 10.74 miles back to our car will make it round trip, so we can say that we've actually traveled 300 miles and did the Gap Trail both directions. We're on our way back now. We're at 13.60 miles out of like 21 and a half, but headed back towards Ohiopyle. This is a really cool spot here. The trees are really tall. I love all this really cool rock. Altitude changes when you get in this section. It gets really cool out, cooler and chilly in here. Look how tall the trees are. It's just a really nature's corridor section. It's my favorite spot on this road from Ohiopyle to Confluence. There's Dave over there. Okay, we're almost done. We only have about 7 more miles and we finish the trail. See the ducks? I think there's 5 of them. Hey, congrats, Dave. You did it.
What did I do?
You completed all, not only just 150 miles of the Gap Trail, but you did it round trip and got 300 miles. And today was your finishing date.
Cool.
Woohoo, we did it.
Congratulations to you, Tina.
Thank you. So we started today at 11 o'clock and we did 21.41 miles and in about 3.5 hours. It is 2:30. We think we're going to check out the gift shop and we're gonna eat somewhere in Ohiopyle at one of the restaurants before we head home, because Dave says we probably won't be back to this area for a couple of years because it's time to check out a different part of the world and do a different trail. Okay, so I hope one day I see you on a bike trail. And for now, I'm signing off in Ohiopyle. Until our next bike trail, we have to figure out where we're going to go next. Bye for now.